Welcome back, folks. It's your buddy Orange Hat here to bring you another video. So, as we all know, Disney unleashed their teaser for Snow White. And as the thumbnail sets up, there is a perfect setup for failure. And if you look at the ratio, we all see the ratio here, 714,000. By the way, small little note here, folks. I recorded a much longer video, but I feel I can condense it a little bit better. It's kind of how I do things. And when I was doing the original video, it was 707,000. So in a span of 30 minutes, this jumped from 707,000 dislikes to 714,000 dislikes. But getting into this video is going to be a longer one. I am going to do a lot of explaining stuff here and showing you a lot of stuff here. So this isn't just going to be the sole background that you're going to see. Now, a lot of people know that this movie's coming out next year. A lot of people don't like the fact that it's coming out. And a lot of people have been upset about what Rachel Zegler has said. Brief recap. Wait, that's the wrong one. But yes, brief recap.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. So
yeah, super weird, they say. And then we also had this gem.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World. It was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. I was...
So yeah, weird, stalking Prince, terrified of it as a kid. But then she comes out and says this a year later.
I mean, it's been under wraps for so long, so it's really exciting to get to share any kind of look with an audience that cares so much. It's been really, really amazing. Yeah, as a diehard Disney fan myself, who I feel like I see every release.
Last year, she said she was terrified of Snow White as a kid. Diehard Disney fan.
An opening weekend, it's like getting to show it to your best friends in a way that you're just like, you won't believe what we did. And so it's been really, really amazing to get to hear their live reactions too. It's just such an instant gratification that what we made is cared about so much, and that's a really wonderful thing.
So yeah, she's saying all that now. That's what she's saying now, folks. People's memories aren't that short. The internet is forever, Rachel. And Disney and Gal Gadot, they are not free of blame either. Disney, folks, as we know, has constantly pushed the identity politics thing. How we are hiring people who are not white for roles so that we can get that more diversity and representation. Well, with that diversity and representation also comes the darker aspects of it, such as people who are, political. In the case of Rachel Zegler herself, after the trailer dropped and there was more of a focus on Gal Gadot, because if we look at right here, yes, a lot of people say that Gal Gadot is a lot more fairer than Rachel Zegler. And if you look at these photos, you see that, well, Gal Gadot is rather more upbeat and excited to promote the film, where you see Rachel Zegler next to her. She's absolutely not wanting to smile and stuff. But if she's alone and doesn't have Gal Gadot next to her, boom. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, nice glowing smile, as they say. But it has been generally commented on that going through the comments here, Don't waste your time on a prince. I don't need a man to save me. Actually, I was going to ask if your stepmother was home. It's okay, Disney. You could just cancel the film. We won't be mad if you admit defeat. I mean, if you just arrived in comment section 65 to 650, the jokes are about Gal being way prettier. Yeah. Rachel looking like Lord Farquaad and Dinklage ruining 7 people's jobs. Yeah. Another good joke, such as getting Lizzo to play the part of it, calling it Snow White. I mean, you're up to date. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, that's a person who was pissed off that this thing is getting so much hate, I'm guessing. But yeah, eventually, or still, yeah. Still you, we have a queen. 100% still you. Yep. Who's the fairest one of all? Yeah. This is how it is. This is how it's going, folks. And chances are, if I was to reload this, it would have even more dislikes to this ratio. Identity politics, folks, when you are focusing on it, as I said, you get all the hatred that comes around. Where you are focusing not on a person's morals, not on their virtues, but rather their skin color, their sexuality, their ethnicity. Where Gal Gadot is a beautiful woman from Israel. And Rachel Zegler, I believe, is Colombian. I believe she's a mix, Colombian and something else. I can't remember what. Latina plus Colombian, I guess. And, well, Snow White, people pointed out originally, her skin was white as snow. And, well, yes, that did raise a few feathers. And it was like, come on, people, why? And everybody's like, don't be racist and all that shit. And it's like, no, we're not being racist. We're pointing out a fact that the original Snow White was based on the fact that her name was that Snow White because her skin was white as snow. And so Disney went after people like me who basically said, we ain't watching this film. It's not just because of that, but it's also because of her saying all those other things she did, where she was disparaging a movie that really pioneered the way for women going forward in film, that really set a precedent that women do also belong in a very good position in film. But she didn't see it that way. She saw it as way too outdated, where women can be tough, strong, and all that other shit. But then you also get the Free Palestine Rachel. Yeah, you get the Free Palestine Rachel. Now, folks, I don't have a short memory. I do remember what happened back in October when Palestine sent in terrorists into Israel and killed 1,400 people, including men, women, and children, slaughtering babies, raping women. This all happened. And yet, Rachel took the side of those people because Israel fired right back and started saying, you want a war? We'll give you a war. In defense, they have, in defense of Israel, they have taken a lot of shit. And unfortunately, in Gaza, there's a lot of stuff going on. And unfortunately, in any war, innocent people will die as collateral damage. It is an unfortunate truth. I'm not going to beat around the bush, folks. But this whole storm, where everything that happened in Gaza has now caused a rift between the two head actresses, Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler. And you also have Rachel Zegler's past efforts to make fun of Gina Carano. When Gina Carano did the whole beep bop boop or boop bop beep in her thing to basically say, I don't need to put pronouns in my bio. And Rachel Zegler fired off, pissed off at Gina Carano, trying to get her canceled and whatnot. And now, whenever she's around Gal Gadot, where is it? Right here, she's not very happy because Gal Gadot kind of stole her spotlight in the trailer. So yeah, 5 days ago, same time, she puts out this. The fairest, by the way, no, she's not. Some people have shown that there was one person, I can't remember who it was, put up picture side by side with Gal Gadot and Zegler. Fair, or 6 out of 10 for Zegler and 10 out of 10 for Gal Gadot. Me personally, I would rate Rachel Zegler because I don't rate on just physical appearance alone. I rate on personality. She is a narcissist. If you look at all of her photos, except for that teasing trailer there, it's all about her. It's all about her and nothing else. So yeah, people wonder why they got this. You have the pro-Palestine people who are boycotting the film because of Gal Gadot. There's some stuff in those comment sections on Twitter that I can't show you all because it is extremely hateful how they would like to do a lot of horrifying things, like the Palestinians did to all those innocent people back in October. Yeah, they want to do that to Gal Gadot. And they're saying that in the comments under Rachel Zegler stuff. And the pro-Israel people are not going to watch the movie because Rachel Zegler's Free Palestine here. Yeah. Oh, and always remember, Free Palestine. She did that because she's jealous of Gal Gadot. She's jealous. Gal Gadot is fairer. So I'm sorry that trailer got it wrong. Who is the fairest one of all? Yep, you. Yep, you are. Sorry, but... sorry. Turns out that you're not exactly getting that accurate, Disney. But you also have the people who are pissed off because, well, 7 little people could have been put in this movie to play the dwarves. But then a very famous little person actor, Peter Dinklage, ran his mouth off. It's so denigrating to little people to play the Snow White movie because dwarves get such a bad rap. I mean, they live in this movie, they live in a cave and they mine and stuff. No, they live in a house. They took in a woman who was hurt and injured and, well, hunted. And yet, you seem to think that these little people, or these dwarves who took in this woman, helped her, gave her a home. Yes, they work in a mine, so they probably got some jewels to trade. And she helps them by picking up around the house a little bit. But that's upsetting to modern audiences. Women don't need to pick up after men and whatnot. Oh, it's so sexist. No, it's actually more traditional. Now, yes, men also do help around the house as well. But folks, it's the Free Palestine thing as well as that. And then you have, Free Palestine because of Gal Gadot, pro-Israel because of Rachel Zegler, the people who are pissed off that Peter Dinklage kind of killed 7 jobs for little people. And then you have the people like me, so there's 4 people or 4 groups that are boycotting this film. The people, or me boycotting it and other people boycotting it because Gal Gadot, Rachel Zegler, shit on this film last year. Oh, she's not going to be saved by the prince. It's not that classic story. It's not a love story. I mean, Gal Gadot was also taking part in that. She was kind of shitting on the film. So, yeah. With all of this going on, it is the perfect storm for failure. It is a perfect setup. And Disney has to release this film to try to mitigate some of the money that they're going to lose. Me personally, I think they're going to lose $600 million at least. Because the budget, due to reshoots, ballooned to up to somewhere like $300+ million. That means it's got to make $800 or $900 million just to break even. So yeah, because Disney loves to go all out with their promotional campaign, their media campaign. That's not part of the budget for the film. That is a budget all of itself. And the general consensus is it's 2 to 2.5 times the budget itself you spend on marketing. So yeah, you're looking at 750 to 800 million. I'm thinking this movie is most likely going to lose 600 million in the box office alone. Because you pissed off a lot of people. And identity politics caused all of it. Because everybody has to focus on, oh, dwarves are little people, oh, stereotypes, you can't do that. And the fact that people have to focus on, oh, she's dark skinned, her skin is white as snow. Well, you got people boycotting the film on that. Then you have the pro-Palestine, the pro-Israel. So now there's 5 groups actually doing it. Because yes, you are going to have the more hateful element of people who are not going to watch the film or just going to bash it and whatnot. So yeah, that is 5 groups of people boycotting this film. Now me, I don't support the whole, oh, she's dark-skinned or she's darker skinned, her skin's not white as snow. It's like, well, you know what? That's Disney's fault. They wanted to push all that stuff. Disney is all pro-agenda when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And yet now they created a monster of it all with all of this stuff because events that happen in the world, now everybody's got to chime in about a war that's happening overseas that doesn't have anything to do with us, but has everything to do with the people over there. What the hell does Rachel Zegler have to do with the people of Palestine? Now, Gal Gadot, who was or is from Israel, obviously she has every right to chime in. But Rachel Zegler's just strictly doing this to throw shade at Gal Gadot. So now you got those people who are pissed off. It's like, you are seriously that petty? So now you have 6 people. Or 6 groups of people that are freaking not going to pay attention to this film because, well, Rachel Zegler can't keep her mouth shut. She's proven to be a very rather narcissistic person. I mean, she's got Romeo and Juliet coming up. As she says here, I got Romeo and Juliet coming up, so I got to get out of there. Bye for now and yada yada. Here's the thing. What are you going to do with Juliet? What, she ain't going to kill herself because of her love for Romeo? They're going to make it to where she just rides off on her own as her own woman? How are they going to do Romeo and Juliet with Rachel Zegler? I mean, they're probably going to change up that story too. She is she has 3 big things under her name. That West Side Story bombed. The Hunger Games movie, I think, made a little bit of bank. And then there was Shazam 2, bombed. So she's got those big 3 notches under her belt. 1 or 2 of them are bombs. And this one is most likely going to also be a bomb, folks. So it does make one wonder. Is she going to be box office poison? Especially with her narcissistic and rather, well, very hateful rhetoric with the Free Palestine thing, folks. Remember, Palestine's government is owned by terrorists. So yeah, she's doing that simply to throw shade at her co-star who she's jealous of because people liked Gal Gadot more than Rachel Zegler. And this is why Disney's movie is a perfect setup for failure. Perfect storm of failure. Anyway, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. What do you think? Do you think that she deserves all the backlash she is getting? Do you think that this movie is going to succeed in theaters? Especially with this kind of ratio, which is most likely jumped up since I have been recording this. Most likely, I mean, let's take a look. Let it reset. Pause. So yeah. Don't do that. 717. So yeah, it's jumped up another 3,000 as I have been going on. So yeah, folks, a constantly growing ratio and all those other factors. That's what you get when you do stuff like this, when you bash the original. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Chat. Y'all have a wonderful day. And always remember, stay humble. Because if you're not, you get that kind of treatment.